Hello, friends. So I want to talk about some of the potential dangers of semen retention. So I get a lot of emails from people, with their certain negative experiences they've had involving semen retention, certain health issues and things like this that may or may not have been related to semen retention. And so I just want to talk about some things that I know from my own experience, things I've experienced, and how to avoid any potential side effects from semen retention. So this is not like a 100% fail-proof practice. It really needs to be done right, because we are sort of hacking our natural instinct to ejaculate as males. And if we don't do this correctly, then we can have some issues. Because when you start to retain your semen as a male, this immense raw energy starts to build up. And if you're not doing anything with that energy, you can have a lot of stagnant energy. You can amplify negative emotions. You can have prostate problems, all kinds of things if you're not doing this correctly. So my intention is to really give people all the tools that they need to have a successful semen retention practice, because there's so many benefits to semen retention. And I made other videos on that, so I'm not going to go into all those right now. But to me, it can be a very sustainable lifestyle if done correctly and with balance. So I think that the main problem people have is by really trying to completely suppress their sexuality, trying to suddenly become celibate or something like this, or because it's just not, in my opinion, it's just not realistic to just, take your sex drive and just kind of put it in the closet. We have a sex drive. We have incredible sexual drive. Humans are the only creatures that are pretty much the only animals that have sex constantly, regardless of the season, not just to procreate. So we have this very powerful sexual urge, and we need to have a healthy relationship with that. So one of my teachers used the analogy of your sexual drive or your sexual energy is like a beach ball. So if you try to suppress it, it's like you're trying to hold this inflatable ball under the water, and the deeper you start to push it down, as soon as you just lose your grip on it a little bit, it pops right back up to the surface. And you see this a lot when people who live celibate lifestyles and things like this suddenly act out their sexuality in very socially unacceptable ways. And that's kind of what happens, because the sexual urge is so powerful. It always finds a way out. And you may notice this by having, just strange sexual urges when you're not really expressing your sexual energy correctly. So there's the potential for just a very unbalanced sexual urges and things like this. So I find the remedy to this to be, of course, the best way is to have a partner and have a balanced sexual relationship. And, you can also give yourself self-love as well. There's techniques as a male that you can use to, we call it self-cultivation in the system I'm trained in, where essentially you masturbate and use this energy. We do not ejaculate, but you build up this sexual energy, you're pleasuring yourself, and start to move it throughout the body. And you can bring it to the organs, bring it to the energy channels, so supercharging your body with this aroused sexual energy. So you're getting sexual pleasure and fulfillment without the potentially harmful effects of constantly ejaculating. So it's a win-win, really. And once you're also working with the aroused sexual energy and channeling that through your body is super powerful and really amplifies your energy, amplifies your power. So in my opinion, it's a very beneficial thing, and something anyone doing this lifestyle should know about, at least, and experience. And so some other issues of semen retention are prostate issues with the reproductive system. So it really is a use it or lose it sort of scenario here. If you're just completely ignoring your genitals, completely ignoring that area, then you're going to have problems. The energy sort of builds up, but it gets stuck. It's not going anywhere, and that's just a recipe for issues, for health problems, whatever. And this is what causes prostate issues and things like this. So how do we avoid this? The best way is to massage this area. Massage your testicles every day. Super important. And by doing that, you're also activating the production of hormones, and you can use the microcosmic orbit techniques to move the hormones throughout the body. So you're activating the hormones, you're bringing them throughout the body, you're getting things circulating, and you're supercharging your energy, supercharging your health, and it feels great. You can also massage the prostate. That's very important. And you don't have to, some guys are pretty insecure about having their prostate massage, whether they're doing it themselves or by someone else, and that's fine. There's ways around this. You can externally massage the prostate through the perineum just by pressing in there and massaging it. And there's also a really great technique where you take a tennis ball and you sit on it, essentially. You might want to put like a towel or something on it so it's not directly on your skin, but you sit on the tennis ball directly on your perineum to really press into that area. So you're giving yourself like self-acupressure there, and that helps to break up any stagnant energy, massages the prostate, and it's really, any man should do this, in my opinion, because there's I think it's like 1 in 2 males nowadays get prostate cancer or some sort of serious prostate issue. So it's super, super important, because this is often the most neglected area of your body. And when you neglect a part of yourself, that's just asking for unconscious patterns to grow, disease to grow. So it's so important to be in your body, to be embodied. And so basically, when you retain your semen, you're building up a tremendous amount of energy and a tremendous amount of pressure, right? It's like this pressure's building, it's building, and you need to have a vent for that pressure. You need to be moving that energy. So me personally, I have found Qigong and certain yogic practices and meditation practices to be incredible for circulating sexual energy. To me, my Qigong practice and my sexual practice are one and the same. I'm just constantly working with my sexual energy, circulating throughout my body, and you can do this all day once you develop the skill. And that's why I love the system that I'm trained in. I've learned all these meditation practices, all these Qigong practices. I'm never bored. I can be driving around in a car or waiting in line, and I always have these practices that I can do internally to keep my energy circulating and to keep myself in a very high state and balanced state of energy. So I love it. And so essentially it's crucial, in my opinion, to have some sort of practice where you are refining this energy, circulating this sexual energy. Because I guarantee if you retain your semen and you're not doing anything with it, if you're not cultivating that energy in some way, moving it around your body, then you're going to experience, at the very least, negative emotions, excessive anger and aggression, and at the very most, you can have health issues. So it's so important to have some way of circulating this energy, keeping your genitals healthy, and keeping that pressure releasing it in other ways than ejaculation. And I have to mention that the number one most important exercise for anyone doing semen retention is testicle breathing. It's a very simple and very effective way to connect with your sexual energy and move it throughout your body any time of day. I have this available on my website, jonathanwhitelifestyle.com. It's on there for $2, testicle breathing. And this is a incredible practice. Well worth $2, I assure you. And if you're interested in training one-on-one with me, I do personal coaching because I get lots of emails from people, I get lots of questions, and I don't always have time to answer them. So if you want some one-on-one training with me to learn these practices in greater detail and really learn how to make this a lifestyle, cultivating your sexual energy and amplifying all aspects of your life with it, then check out my website and look at my coaching that I offer. My friends, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video. Have a great day.